Big moves brewing in the Forex markets. I hope you watched yesterday's video on Sunday I put out about dollar yen, because it has flown up a lot higher than I anticipated. Are you ready to catch the next wave in dollar yen, sterling dollar, sterling yen, and euro yen? Stick around for the daily forecast and get the edge that you need. Welcome back, everyone. Tom from Park Avenue Trading, your chief dealer, keeping you sane in these absolutely insane markets. If you like what you see, smash the like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and share my videos far and wide. I want to build a huge trading community. All right. I hope that you saw yesterday's video. I think that I deserve a well pat on the back. Told you I went long dollar yen on Friday, right around here, 145. I got them at 17. Now, I actually expected that we could potentially dip back down to the 144.70 level again. And I had my stop at like 68, really close, 144.68. Market was so kind to me. I mean, it opened way above, right above this resistance point that we had at 145.72, 145.72. It used it as a base. I gave you these points, used it as a base. Look what happened after the consolidation. Bang. What a, striking up run, So really now the dollar is in a bid tone against the yen. We still have the Japan and U.S. trade talks, in effect. We have to watch out for the Bank of Japan. They've always saber-rattled about trying to keep the yen under control, by selling dollars. But I don't think that's the case. I mean, we have to be cognizant of it. They have said it, but it could be just, I think it's like a paper tiger threat, for the simple reason that they don't mind a weaker yen. They really don't. If they're going into trade negotiations, they're thinking, like, hey, we got a chance. How are we going to protect ourselves? Well, if we can still sell more goods, and a key way of doing that is to devalue your currency to make sure that the goods are more attractive to U.S. customers, right? So I think that the saber rattling is just saber rattling. So where we stand right now, well, dollar yen on the day, it has to hold 147. Let me see something here. 147. Yeah, I'm going to go right here. I'm going to go 147 like 56 right there. It's very close to where it came down. So this is actually a decent support on the day. If it breaks this support, it could potentially travel back down to 146.93. But I think overall the tone in dollar yen is bid. Now, let's see where we got down to. Yeah. I think that if it blows this top off right now, I think that if we do take this top out, we're heading to 149.20. So this top right here, let me get a little brush to paint it right here. I think that if we take out this top as it stands, I'd probably, if you didn't go long, it's a risky long, but I would take it and put a stop at like 147, like 147.71, 147.71. I don't know if the risk reward is that great, because you're looking at 149, say, I'm sorry, 148.59 to 149.20, so 60. It's a 50-point risk. So you'd have to ratchet your stop up a little bit, or buy the dip. If it breaks this level, and it's probably not going to go through on the first shot, it's probably going to get hit back down to like 148, say, I would think 25.35 level, 148, 25.35. That would be a better like risk scenario. Buy like 25 or 30 if you can get them down there. Put the stop at like 147, like 90, 147.88, something like that. And look for the breakout again on the top side to get you to 149.20. So what I just tell you, as it stands, dollar yen's got to hold 147.55. If it breaks the top of 148, say 60, first attempt maybe not through, but I would be a buyer. I'd be looking to scoop dollar yen on a on a dip, close to maybe 30, 148, 30. Or you could just buy it right now, looking to pre-run a break upward. But I like to wait to see what the market really wants to do. Every time I've done that, I've always got punched in the nose and basically had to wait a trade out. So that's my game plan. Let's go over to sterling dollar. Oh boy, we got a lot of drawings on here because this is what we were talking about. I said a break of this level. I said this on the weekly. If you haven't seen my weekly analysis, please go check it out. It was absolutely spot on for you guys. And really it happened quite quickly, which is unusual. Markets usually take some time. 132 was the critical price for sterling dollar on the day. Now we're trading below it. So let me get some points for sterling itself. 132, 131. Man, I don't have anything until 130, 131 the figure. 131 the figure. All right. That's the first support on the day. In order for it to show any type of strength, it's got to get through, let's see, 132 the figure. 132 the figure. But then it's got resistance right at 132 like 50. So if it could get through the figure, 132 the figure right now, most likely it would trade between those 2 points. It would trade between the figure, say right here, and it would trade in between 132.52 and 132 the figure until if it broke down again, it's really on a trajectory of 131 the figure. So sterling's still bearish. Now, the key to it really is dollar yen. If dollar yen keeps running, then there's going to be more pressure on this. Sterling yen, which we're going to look at in a second, is actually held up quite well compared to what the dollar did against the yen. Cable is kind of holding up pretty well because the cross is higher. So as it stands right now, cable, I still think cable is weak. However, I don't really, like I've said, I don't really trade this currency straight up. I trade it through sterling yen. So we're going to get into that in a second. So let me think. 132. Yeah, that's basically it. I mean, short term, 131.40. Wow, I didn't realize it went down to 131.40. Yeah, I would think 132, say the figure, if it breaks up through that, it's got a chance to run to 132.50 and potentially even get up to maybe 132.87. If it stays down and it breaks this 131, it means dollar yen is ripping, and we're looking at, yeah, wow, 128, 120. Let's go down here. Overall, the main point, I'll go 130. That's a very important point. It's a big round number, 130 the figure, and then it starts slipping to 128.25. Actually, 128.78 first. I got a point there. 128. Fine, 128.71. So that's basically what's going on in sterling dollar. Let's get over to good old sterling yen. This thing's banging up right to our resistance point. It rallied tremendously. Nice little daily gap there. Don't believe all gaps get filled. Some do not. That's just the way it goes. Let's go to a 4-hour and see what's going on in sterling yen. All right. Sterling yen's got a hold right now. 194. So let's say 90. 194.90 on the day. Close enough. And I'll change the color. 194, say 90, right there. If it can hold 194.90 and if it breaks through like 195.54, now you got to watch that dollar yen. I keep saying it. You got to watch dollar yen. dollar yen continues to rally, this thing could get a lot of steam to come up to like 190, 196.15-ish. I don't think it's going to hit the 197, the figure today. However, if I was looking at it, you know, my bias has always been like, I don't think that England can compete with Japan, but overall, I think downward. But I'm not selling into a freight train. So I would take a stab. You know, if it broke 195, 194.90, I would think I could get a short in there, and I could probably get them back at like 190, 194. It would be great. Like a target would be 193.72, but I think that I would look at 194, say like 40 first, 194.40 as a place to like lay off some, get some back. And then if that broke, I'll go there. Then if that broke like 194.14, and then I'd watch price action. If that goes, then perhaps we got a chance at that 193.70, which would be great. So the point that it's got to hold today, the most important point right now is, let's make it gold or something, is that 194, say 90 level. All right, let's go over to euro yen. Wow. All right, this one's done quite well. We had the breakout of the triangle. Marketplace rallied above the supports, now turned to, resistance now has turned to support, and we're up. We made a high of 164.69. Had a previous resistance level right here at 164.42. I think it's the same type of scenario as sterling yen. I think if it breaks 164.10, 164.10. Let me see, what's this low? Yeah, okay. 164.10. Let me get 164.10. We could potentially see a touch of two. Like, well, it's not very much. Not very, very, very much. It wouldn't be a great trade. I mean, it would need to break 163, say 90, to get us down to like 163.50. But if it does break the 10, it's showing weakness, and I think that it will go through the 163.90, potentially get us down to maybe this gap right here. That would be cool. Maybe that gap will get filled. Let me put a little circle there. Right there. So 163.60. That would be cool. I mean, that one I'm not as crazy about selling, but if it turns down there, it's actually showing weakness. All right, so that's what I got for you guys today. It is Monday morning, 8:40 a.m. on May 12th, 2025. If you're inclined, go over to Park Avenue Trading, get yourself a free ebook. Leave some comments for me below. I'm thinking about starting like a free group where we talk about technical analysis and, like alpha trades and like where we could get in and stuff like that. Just like so we could have a discussion. And let me know what you think. If you think I should start like a free trading community that I could talk and you guys can ask questions and I can ask questions to you guys. It would be great. So let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Cheers.